actually was saving me being embarrassed because I didn't write her a song, and she was right. And so that was nice. She's always looking out for me, taking care of me, putting up with me. We're gonna fix this real quick, and then you just keep doing that. You sound good doing it, so just. That's right. You look good doing it. That's the important part.
That's why I
Am I
stood
right?
so far away from you, so you could admire me from afar.
I know. Be good. It'll work. Okay, here we go. You ready, honey?
I'm ready. Just a little note, my love. Just a little note I wrote to remind you where I am. Wound up in between your thoughts, projects, pieces strewn about. Is my hand to hold? Unfinished work and brand new plots, some days in stride, some lost to pride. Never lose sight, my love. Take it. Just a little note, my love. Just a little note I wrote to remind you where I am. 'Cause here I am right by your side. I look up in your big brown eyes. My head held high, and I'm so honored to be your bride. That's a fact now I won't hide. My heart can sing. Just a little note, my love. Just a little note I wrote to remind you where I am.
An original Biscuit Betsy May number for you there.
I made it through without crying. All right. We're off to a good start.
Can I borrow your guitar?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Why, thank you.
Tune it.
No, it'll be fine. I'm gonna plug into this. If she'll let me have some of it. There, leave me a little more than that. Yeah, a little more. That'll do. Actually, can I just use? Oh, I'm just gonna do this. That's all right, right here. Alrighty. Betsy said I had to do an original song too. I don't write very many songs. I'm kind of wordy. I talk a lot. I can't condense anything down to 3 minutes.
No.
But if I can get enough air in my lungs, I will attempt to do this song for you all. This is the most real-life situation I've ever lived. What do you call a musician without a girlfriend? Homeless is typically the answer. In this particular song, it is called Walking. I had a Jeep. It was awesome, but I parked it for various reasons while I was dating this lady I happened to drive her very nice truck. Whenever we broke up, I fired that Jeep back up, and those tires did not like sitting there that long. So then my dad finds me a car that maybe the guy that owned it before might have let his dog sleep in it for a few years while it was parked. But it was free. Doesn't mean it was the most awesome thing. Now, I cleaned it. Believe me, it was fine. But regardless, a Saturn sits low to the ground, and anyone would get nauseated in that thing.
You should sing him the story.
And then the snow comes, and there you are in that car, and you don't know what to do. Because, I mean, my goodness, this car sits so low to the ground that there's no way that it's going to get through all the snow. So you got to pick up the phone and you call your dad and you say, "Hey there, Dad, could I borrow your truck? My old wreck keeps a-getting stuck, and I can't take the Jeep 'cause it blew two tires, and the ones on the car just cords and wires. They're still not as flat as my checking account, but the gig next week will play a good amount if I can get there. They're a-calling for snow, and I'm pretty dang sure my rig won't go, but don't you think that I'd have better luck in getting there, Dad? If I could take your truck, my heater won't blow out nothing but snow. I gotta wrap in a blanket anywhere I wanna go, but if I took your new four-wheel drive with the tonneau cover, all my gear'll stay dry. Yeah, the gig is a keeper, Dad, and I'll have better luck in trying to get there in your truck. If that works, Dad, I'll have it home on Friday. I'll even take it down and wash it in the driveway. But then again, if you don't think you'd mind, there's a girl I like. We got a date that night. I want to take her out to dinner and a movie, but I'd rather just drive her out through the country. But the last time she got in my car, she got nauseated, couldn't get very far. Well, don't you think that I'd have better luck in getting there, Dad? If I could take your truck, my heater won't blow out nothing but snow. I got a wrapper in a blanket anywhere we want to go, but if I took your new four-wheel drive, well, I know that would impress her and it'd make her mine. That girl is a keeper, Dad, and I'd have better luck in trying to get there in your truck. Stood there, I could see it in his eyes. I wrecked every car he ever owned, so there's really no wondering why. When he finally looked at me and his cheeks turned to a grin, he imparted some wisdom on me, and it worked out fine in the end. Son, you're gonna have better luck if you're getting around in the old farm truck. That heater won't blow out nothing but snow, but if you wrap her in a blanket anywhere you want to go, and with a bench seat and granny low, if you get the right shotgun, she has to sit close. If the girl is a keeper, son, you'll know she's worth a buck if she lets you take her out in the old farm truck. Yes, and I had a lot better luck on the bench seat of that 79 Ford farm truck. Woo! I almost hyperventilated. We made it. Unfortunately, that was not Betsy in that song, but luckily that was not Betsy in that song. So here we are at the Westport Saloon, where I met my wife, and I met just about every musician in town, some of which of them should be nearby, or the match sellers happen to be lingering around the corner, perhaps. There was these two kids that came rolling into one of probably the brunches or the chicken pickings, or I'd probably met them before, but either way, if you've ever met either of these two, you just cannot get enough, and you just know that you need to work with these people. You gotta mute this guitar. I'm gonna do that. Remember that I should be changing mics. And going over here. That's right. That's better. Oh, could you hand that to Betsy?
Yes, sir.
Could you do more things? You got a match? Isn't that the joke? I don't know.
Trying to burn my guitar?
Are we doing?
Chad, you know, now that I'm on stage, I'm gonna have to take my earplugs out.
Now that I'm done singing, is what you're trying to say. What, are we doing bluegrass ones first?
You wanna do bluegrass ones first?
Whatever you want to do first is what I'm asking.
Hey, your show, huh?
What are you geared for? So I know what to gear for.
Let's just do it in the order that we practiced.
Okay.
We'll do bluegrass ones first.
So here comes these two people. Now, I might have met him before. We were sitting around a campfire at Leaky Roof Meadery up in Walnut Shade. And well, if you're at the Leaky Roof Meadery in Walnut Shade, you've had a good time. And we're sitting around this campfire they had built. And this guy says, would you ever want to, what would you think about, like Bill Monroe in outer space? And I said, what?
That's true. I forgot. We talked about that.
We did, totally. Way before any of this ever happened.
Right.
So like maybe 2 years before the album happened. I'm not even sure. I think we were there for, was that when Casey, I don't remember why we were there. Hold on, one more thing.
Yeah.
Probably getting the last, but I'll take a bit more and roll some of this real crispy toppy of that out. That's good, thank you.
All right. We ready to do this?
Full
thing?
intro?
You ready, Marty, over there? A round of applause for Marty running the sound tonight, okay? Literally, Chad was driving up here and he was explaining to me, he was like, oh man, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna have this, it's gonna be like that, oh my God, Tyler Giles, give me a guy. And I was like, oh man, is Marty running sound? I'm so sorry, Marty. But yeah, just thanks Marty for doing that. That's a lot of work. All right, you ready to do this?
Full intro?
Yeah, all right. People of Westport, I know you believe you are what you are and that you see what you see, but the fact of the matter is, what's that?
You're not.
Oh. Yeah, we did this intro like a million times, and it's been so long I can't remember it. All right, the point is you're idiots, and we're going to space. Space, 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 space.
Oh, yeah! 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Earl Scruggs in a spaceship on his way to Mars, picking away on the banjo at 100,000 miles an hour. Bill Monroe in a rocket, see the look on his face. It's mighty dark to travel when you're in outer space. Bluegrass dreadnoughts so far up high. I'm stuck in Kansas City, staring at the sky. Won't you come down? Won't you come back? Won't you come and take me with extraterrestrial cabin shack. All right, Gravy. And Kenny Baker's life is never dull, 'cause he's fiddling away in a giant black hole. Don't forget Jimmy Martin. Lord, he's doing his thing. You can love him, you can leave him when you're the king. Bluegrass strut nights, so far up high. I'm stuck in Kansas City, staring at the sky. Won't you come down? Won't you come back? Won't you come and take me with you to your extraterrestrial cabin shack? Bluegrass strut nights, so far up high. I'm stuck in Kansas City, staring at the sky. Won't you come down? Won't you come back? Won't you come and take me with you to your extraterrestrial, to your extraterrestrial, to your extraterrestrial cabin shack?
Let's do that there. That's great. See, nice. Perfect. Yeah, good thinking. Good thinking there.
Well, you're the reason I'm riding around in a recap tires.
You're the reason I'm hanging our clothes outside on wire.
Well, you're the reason our kids are ugly, little darling. But looks ain't everything, and money ain't everything, and I love you just the same.
Yeah, you're the reason I switched from beer to soda pop.
You're the reason I'm hanging our clothes out at the barber shop.
You're the reason our kids are ugly, little darling. Oh, but looks ain't everything, and money ain't everything, and I love you just the same. Well, I guess we'll never have everything that we ever need, 'cause every time we get ahead, it's got another mouth to feed.
Well, that's the reason that my good looks and my figure's all gone.
Well, that's the reason I only got gray hair left to comb. And you're the reason our kids are ugly, little darling. But looks ain't everything, money ain't everything, and I love you just the same.
That's the reason that my good looks and my figure gone.
Right. That's the reason that all I've got left on this head are gray hair.
Honey, you've always been blonde.
It's fake.
They're the reason our kids are ugly, little darling. Baby, looks ain't everything. The money ain't everything. And I love you just the same. A little preview of some Dusty Rust that might happen later. Oh.
One of them?
Yep. The key.
Do I dare tune this all the way? No.
All right. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a couple good years touring together with these two.
We did.
Couple of good years, and oh wait, did I say good? I meant bad years. Couple of bad years, but we made it through.
We did some amazing things.
You were
Betsy and
right
I
the
got
first time.
married.
That's true.
Went to Jamaica. We already have the thing booked. We got these plane tickets in our hands, right? And Andrew texts me and he goes, "Hey, so would you want to go on a tour like the day you get back from your honeymoon?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, but you better talk to Betsy." And Betsy was like,
Yeah.
and so here we are in Jamaica, and we just hop on a plane. We fly right to, was it West Virginia?
West
Is that where that's
Virginia,
at?
yeah.
That's
Yeah, it was
right.
Mountain
Mountain
Stage. It was
Stage.
Mountain
Got to
Stage.
play on
that's
Mountain
right.
Stage the day after our daggum honeymoon in Jamaica. So
Yeah, I remember we drove to the airport to pick these two knuckleheads up, and Chad comes off the plane, and he's in his like overalls, and he's just like, oh, God. Going, man, what's going on? Like, did you get, I don't know, like some sort of poop problem? Because he's walking like this. And he goes, no, man. And he takes his bib overalls off, and this was a lie. I'd never seen this much of Chad Graves before. And this guy, he looked like a lobster. He was so sunburnt. This Ozark boy down in Jamaica, it was...
yeah,
It was pretty bad.
take sunblock, folks, and just
All right,
bathe in it.
But we did this tune on that tour.
We did. It was the last track on the record, was it not, too? Is that the...
That's true.
If you've never heard the Bluegrass Astronauts record, it was a joy. We recorded at Betsy and I's house in Springfield.
That's true.
It's an entire bluegrass space odyssey, front to back, recorded in one take. There's not a cut in the whole damn thing, folks. That's a pretty rare thing. Which maybe should have been. I'm not saying there shouldn't have been.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
regardless, what you hear is what you get. We played it live in our dadgum dining room, basically.
That's true, yeah.
Very-
Dadgum.
That was a
Daggone.
lot of fun. All right, well, how about we do it? What do you say?
Let's do
Dadgum
it.
it.
This is one called One of These Days I'm Gonna Be Dead and Gone. This one goes out to all of you. This is your future, you idiots. All right. One of these days.
One of these days.
One of these days.
One of these days.
I'm gonna be dead and gone. I'm gonna kick the bucket.
By the farm.
I'm gonna croak.
Push up daisies.
I'm gonna be dead and gone. Well, I won't be around to eat all of your crackers. And I won't be around to bark like a dog. And I won't be around to play a round of euchre, little girl. 'Cause I'm gonna be dead and gone. One of these days.
One of these days.
One of these days.
One of these days.
I'm gonna be dead and gone. I'm gonna bite the dust,
Cash in my chips.
cross the river.
The River Jordan.
I'm gonna be dead and gone. All right.
Well, I won't be around to saw the fiddle. Won't be around to
One of these days,
One of these days,
one of these days,
one of these days,
I'm gonna be dead and gone. I'm gonna meet my maker,
ride the pale horse,
go 6 feet under.
take a dirt nap.
Yeah, I'm gonna be dead and gone. Oh!
Well, I won't be around to slide on the dobro.
Or slap on that bass on that phone.
And we won't be around to make you biscuits and gravy, 'cause we're gonna be dead and gone. One of these days,
One of these days,
one of these days,
one of these days,
we're gonna be dead and gone. I'll pull the plug.
and I'll flatline.
We're gonna be dead and gone.
One of these days,
One of these days,
One of these days,
one of these days, we're gonna be dead and gone.
one of these days,
One of these days,
one of these days,
one of these days,
we're gonna be dead and gone. We're gonna be dead and gone. We're gonna go to that great honky tonk in the sky.
in the sky. The Match Sellers.
They do mean a lot to us, folks. I mean, my goodness. Seriously, the first time Andrew walked in, I believe he might have had on a engineer hat with stripes on it that first time we jammed here together. No, that was just the day at least I handed you the electric guitar, and I remember that Hullabody. I don't remember. There's a lot of them. A lot to remember. And how the hell do you remember anything when you've been at the Westport Saloon? Am I right? Am I right? Who here has been salooned? Oh, my goodness. It happens so easy. Jenna and Martin in the house?
I've never been this
There's
way.
Jenna. She's a coming. I see one of them. You've never been
One person
salooned?
called me out in this
I
whole
got a
crowd.
photo of you.
Wow.
I've got a photo of you eating a burrito right outside that door right there that says otherwise.
No.
Oh, it's a good one too. I've been saving that one for something special. Christmas cards, maybe.
I was thinking we might need to reenact it tonight.
So, folks, there's a lot of history about to have. So, first of all, as the Breakfast Sides, I mean, we're a couple, we play music. So there's some kindred spirits you hold with, such as the Match Sellers and such as Jenna and Martin. But wait, we didn't meet Jenna and Martin as Jenna and Martin. I met Martin whenever he was in Betsy's band, Kansas City Hustle.
Yep.
He was a banjo player. He's running around with his banjo, and then one day he shows up to one of the jams here and says, "Do you mind if I bring in my Telecaster and amp?" And I just knew him as a banjo player, so I was like, oh my. And the second I heard him play the telly, I was like, oh, what the hell are you doing ever playing banjo? Don't do that. Just do that, because he's one of my favorite guitar players by far. The two of these people both are great songwriters, and what they do for the music community is also another thing. Lost Cowgirl Records, helping your fellow musicians, it's a wonderful thing, folks, and that's kind of what this is about tonight. None of these people are any more important than the other, but they're all very important, because as a musician myself, I started here as a sideman. I just was a dobro player. I didn't even know the words to very many songs, and convinced Travis to let me host a Sunday thing to meet all these folks. And anyway, here's Jenna and Martin. They're a great couple. We love them, and they're so great. What are we going to play?
Hey, thank you so much for inviting us to play with you all, Breakfast Sides. Just an honor to get to be here one more time playing on this stage at the Westport Saloon. We're going to do a song here we wrote called The Little Bluebird. It's about not always taking everybody's advice. All right, Martin, you take the first solo. 1, 2, 3.
I've been down this road before, my I see what you're looking for. Got my own way of doing things, my head it hurts, my heart it sinks. Fork in the road, I don't know which way I'll go. I've only got a plastic spoon. Won't you fly, my little bluebird? I'll show you the way you can go. Those worn-out brass wings, they need a good rest. You've been flying like a shooting star, I know. Taking up more space than you've been making. Sing a song and you don't like it, ain't your song if you don't ride. It's a bad way to go. You can't enjoy the show. That's darkness in a world full of sun. Won't you fly, my little bluebird? I'll show you the way you can go. Those worn-out brass wings, they need a good rest. You've been flying like a shooting star, I know.
Thank you so much. Well, hey, nobody said enough about the breakfast side, so let's hear it for the breakfast sides up here. They are the best backing band around, but also an amazing band themselves. So we got to get through this set so you can hear some of their music as well, or some more of their music. But all right, we're going to do a song here called Dreamin', and this song is about making friends. And actually, when I wrote it, I was picturing just sitting at this bar over here, just making friends with somebody that maybe you would never normally talk to, but you share a beverage together and listen to some good music, and from then on, you're friends. So this song is called Dreamin'.
I'm just dreaming. I'm just dreaming. I'm just dreaming.
They made a really cool video for that song in Jen and Martin's old backyard. Back when I was running around with all those video cameras.
And it looked good that the lawn wasn't mowed.
Well, I almost cried during that song.
What,
when
yours?
The cute couple in the front started
Probably do.
dancing.
Grab it quick.
And then the drunk
Key a
one
D.
started shouting at the stage, and I wasn't crying
Calm
anymore,
it,
so
man.
thanks.
What were you saying? Chad, have my baby?
Well,
Is that even possible? It probably is. All right. We got one more. Thanks y'all so much for inviting us to come up and play. This is a KC Hustle song. Martin?
Yeah, this is the first song I ever got paid to write because I wrote it while I was on the job.
One second. I'm almost there. You do right, I hope.
And this one goes out to Shannon Quick and Christopher Fransky, if they're out there watching somewhere.
I'm ready.
Mary knows she's as sweet as a rose, but her man is nowhere to be found. So she cleans her clothes and she blows her nose, 'cause she knows he ain't coming round. Michael wagered 1 or 2, and me, I bet you 5 that he won't be coming back home to you, at least while he's alive. 'Cause you're sleeping in the shack and know he loves you still. Sure enough, he won't be coming back from that shack on the hill. And looking out his window, he sees his brother John. Said his wife feels like a widow, and all he do is yawn. And gazing towards the railroad track, he sees his cousin Jim, writing songs about his dear old shack, that shack up on the hill. 'Cause you're sleeping in the shack and know he loves you still. Sure enough, he won't be coming back from the shack on the hill. Mary knows she's as sweet as a rose, but her man is nowhere to be found. So she cleans her clothes and she blows her nose, 'cause she knows he ain't coming round. Michael wagered 1 or 2 and me, I bet you 5 that he won't be coming back home to you, at least while he's alive. 'Cause he's sleeping in the shack and know he loves you still. Sure enough, he won't be coming back from that shack on that hill. Mary knows she's as sweet as a rose, but her man is nowhere to be found.
Thank you, Westport Saloon.
Jenna and Martin.
Jenna and Martin, some of my biggest inspirations. Hey, would you just hold that guitar for 1 second so that the fellow in the funny hat can grab it? Now, there's a fellow in the audience who was he was part of some of the very first honky tonk habits. Brett, by the way, I'm talking about you, so you might as well just start walking up here, buddy. Brett Hodges, he may not know how big of an inspiration to me he is, but he really is one of my biggest in Kansas City. I love this man a lot. He helped me in the very first Honky Tonk Habits. We did some with Casey Roush during like Westport Roots Fest, and him and I told Betsy, I was like, I think I got this all lined out. I know who's gonna play, but I said, if Brett Hodges is in the house, I will not leave the stage until that man has sung a dang song. And for that occasion, we'll also get to match sellers. You can mute this banjo, and I'll hand it to that banjo. Thank you.
More of that, more of that. I am what most people refer to as an old fucker.
After this, well, we're gonna have Brett do one, then champagne.
And there is no one who has been on this stage tonight that I have not felt practically fucking parental to. The match sellers, the breakfast sides. I mean, you know, Chad calls me up one night and says, can you take Betsy up to Liberty and we'll look at a new string bass some night?
Yeah.
Tyler Giles. I have played gigs with everybody who's been on this stage tonight, and I have been humbled by how good they are. They're all so much better than me now.
Oh, that is not true.
What you gonna sing?
Well,
Well, let's sing. You know, why not play a little funky bluegrass thing?
okay.
And we got Jenna on the drums. I have Martin and Jenna. Martin and I met in Lawrence at the Jazz House one night when the 25-year mandolin player of the band got fired. And Martin said, I could play. And so I took over the mandolin and Martin played guitar. But I have played with Jenna's mother on drums. That's the kind of old fucker I am. And I want to. I'm about to play music, but I am going to say Travis Fields has done it, and he's done it right here at the Westport Saloon. And I want to say thank you for the many years that the Twang Daddies played the first Friday of every month here. And this is a Bill Monroe song, and I haven't figured out which one I'm going to do yet. What was it? Does anybody have a request from me? I'm totally unprepared.
Honky tonk. Honky tonk.
Oh, let's do a bluegrass song.
Okay,
and
let's
then
do
I'll-
a bluegrass song.
There's a song that goes like this. Can I sing one more?
Yes, sir. He's doing one more.
This is. Can I do one more?
Yeah.
And it's not a honky tonk. Well, it is a honky tonk. It's literally a honky tonk song, but it's in 3/4 time.
Nice.
And it's one that I writ, and half of you don't know it, but a third of you do. It's called the Jacktown Pub, and I have been honored that the match sellers have covered this song on the Facebooks or something like that. I don't know. A minor. I'm gonna teach it. A minor. Now Bob and Amanda, they're not getting along. And every time Bob says something, Bob says something wrong. Come here quite often, and quite often they fight at the Jacktown Pub on Saturday night. Oh, the Jacktown Pub on a Saturday night. My wheels are rolling, I'm feeling alright. That next cold beer is a beautiful sight at the Jacktown Pub on a Saturday night. Well, now Connie the bartender, she's a beautiful soul with a big friendly smile and a heart made of gold. She's working 3 jobs just to make the ends meet. A Jacktown Pub, the end of the week. Oh, the Jacktown Pub on a Saturday night. I got my wheels rolling, I'm feeling alright. That next cold beer is a beautiful sight at the Jacktown Pub on a Saturday night. Well, Billy, he sits at the end of the bar, and he talks about leaving, but he never gets far. 'Cause there's no place to go, and there's no one at home. So he sits at the pub and goes with the flow. At the Jacktown Pub on a Saturday night, my wheels are rolling, I'm feeling alright. And the next cold beer is a beautiful sight at the Jacktown Pub Saturday night. Sing it. At the Jacktown Pub on a Saturday night, my wheels are rolling, I'm feeling alright. And that next cold beer is a beautiful sight at the Jacktown Pub on a Saturday night. Oh, the Jacktown Pub on a a Saturday night. These people are the best. They are just the best. Thank you, y'all.
Brett Hodges, a living legend, a living legend.
Thank you, Brett. I'll take this back now. Thank you. Yeah, get back in your seat, banjo player. Cole, girlie, have you got your little buddy with you there? Here he comes, folks. Here he comes. So we went to a lot of the people that I met here, but Tyler Giles is one of the ones I met in Springfield, Missouri, and this fella coming right now, Mr. Cole Gurley. He's got the little tiny saxophone with him, and he's one of my favorite musicians out of Springfield. He now lives in Kansas City, playing with the MGDs, and I don't know what else he gets up to around here. You never know with that fella. Every evening when the sun goes down, I sit up in my room. The lamplight gleaming over me projects my lonely gloom. Yes, and my counterpart in agony, well, he mocks each tear that falls, and I cast a lonesome shadow on these lonely, lonely walls. Yeah, he's always by my side at night, no matter where I turn. He lurks out in the darkness and in the neon glow. Yes, and he follows me across the steps and up and down the hall. And I cast a lonesome shadow on these lonely, lonely walls. Well, he's always by my side at night, no matter where I go. He lurks out in the darkness and in the neon glow. Yep, and he follows me across the steps and up and down the hall. And I cast a lonesome shadow on these lonely, lonely walls. As I sit and I watch the candle and the flicker of the flame, my writhing shadow, he twists and he turns as though he is in pain. Yes, and he follows me across the steps and up and down the hall. And I cast a lonesome shadow on these lonely, lonely walls. image of that love that I lost and all the things I planned. They're as empty as this bottle that I hold in my hand. And my soul is buried in the depths of love and life's pitfall. And I cast a lonesome shadow on these lonely, lonely walls. Every evening when the sun goes down, I sit up in my room. Yeah, the lamplight a gleaming o'er me projects my lonely gloom. Yes, and my counterpart in agony, well, he mocks each tear that falls. And I cast a lonesome shadow on these lonely, lonely walls. Yes, I cast a lonesome shadow on these lonely, lonely walls. Dusty Rust, are you in the house, sir? We are looking for Dusty Rust. We're going to go ahead and do our very last song right now, sir, so we can get this show on the road, because, by God, he came all the way from parts unknown, up there in Oregon and all yonder spots that he resides now. Mr. Dusty Rust, my goodness, sir. So what started my relationship with Kansas City was actually a man named Lewis Myers. He did a lot for me. One of those things was he hosted a steel guitar jam at a little place called Coda. There were, I don't know how many steel guitars there that day, but I remember, I think it was Casey Roush saying to me, "You need to meet that guy," and pointing over to this dude with his lady, and he had on this denim jacket with the white fur, and a denim and a leather vest and a black cowboy hat. He has since reformed his ways. He's now got the white on, and there he is. But folks, it's Dusty Rust, everybody, huh? The Kansas City cowboy himself. We recorded a lot of music at Dusty's house, a lot of stuff my wife has recorded that I have failed to get out to you yet, but it will be out soon, I swear. I promise. Really, honey, no.
I will believe it when I see it. Love you.
That's light in the key of D, if you didn't know.
Gravy Graves. Biscuit Betsy May. We're the Breakfast Sides. We've got
That's
the Match
right.
Sellers. We've got Jen and Martin. We got everybody up here.
That's right. We got as many as we could fit, folks. If there were more room, we would have done more. I would like to say something about my friends Grass Fed and AJ Gaither for all the years of chicken picking as well. But we're going to get out of the way right now. Yeah, that's right, folks. I mean, as a musician, to have a place to just go where you're welcomed with open arms and even given gigs that you don't deserve sometimes. It's really an honor to even be here. Shit yeah, Travis Fields. Folks, we're going to get out of the way. We're going to take a short break. But up next will be the infamous Dusty Rust. Thank you from the Breakfast Sides and all of our friends.